The power to decide whether a motion of no confidence is to be resolved through an open or secret ballot cannot be used illegitimately or in a manner that has no regard to the surrounding circumstances that ought to inform its exercise. It is neither for the benefit of the Speaker nor his or her party. This power must be exercised to achieve the purpose of a motion of no confidence, which is primarily about guaranteeing the effectiveness of regular mechanisms. The purpose of that motion is also to enhance the enforcement of accountability by allowing members of Parliament, as representatives of the people, to express and act firmly on their dissatisfaction about the executive performance in between general elections. It is fundamentally for the advancement of good governance through quality service delivery, accountability, the strengthening of our democracy, and the realization of the aspirations of the people of South Africa. The exercise of the power to determine the voting procedure must thus always be geared at achieving the purpose for which that power exists. The procedure in terms of which the voting right is allowed to be exercised must brighten and enhance the prospect of the purpose for which it was given being better served or advanced. More importantly, the power that vests in the Speaker to determine the voting procedure in a motion of no confidence belongs to the people and must thus not be exercised arbitrarily or whimsically, nor is it open-ended and unguided. It is exercisable subject to constraints, the primary constraint being that it must be used for the purpose it was given to the Speaker, the facilitation of the effectiveness of Parliament's accountability mechanisms. Other constraints include the need to allow members to honor their constitutional obligations, regard being had to their sworn faithfulness to the Republic, an irrevocable commitment to do what the Constitution and the laws require of them for the common good of all South Africans. The Speaker is chosen from amongst members of the National Assembly. That gives rise to the same responsibility to balance party interest with those of the people. It is as difficult and onerous a dual responsibility as it is for members, perhaps even more so, given the independence and impartiality the position requires. But Parliament's efficacy in its constitutional oversight of the executive vitally depends on the Speaker's proper exercise of this enormous responsibility. The Speaker must thus ensure that his or her decision strengthens that particular tenet of our democracy and does not undermine it. There must always be a proper and rational basis for whatever choice the Speaker makes in the exercise of the constitutional power to determine the voting procedure. Due regard must always be had to the real possibilities of corruption, as well as the prevailing circumstances, and whether they allow members to exercise their vote in a manner that does not expose them to illegitimate hardships. Whether the prevailing atmosphere is generally peaceful or toxified and highly charged is one of the important aspects of that decision-making process. In conclusion, when approached by the UDM to have the motion of no confidence in the President voted on by secret ballot, the Speaker said that neither the Constitution nor the rules of the National Assembly allow her to authorize a vote by secret ballot. To this extent, she was mistaken. Our interpretation of the relevant provisions of the Constitution and the rules make it clear that the Speaker does have the power to authorize a vote by a secret ballot in a motion of no confidence proceedings against the President in appropriate circumstances. The exercise of that power must be duly guided by the need to enable effective accountability, which is in the best interest of the people and obedience to the Constitution. To the extent that the Tlowama decision might have been understood to have held that a secret ballot procedure is not at all constitutionally permissible, that understanding is incorrect. The Speaker's decision was invalid and must be set aside. Turning to remedy, this court has been asked to direct the Speaker, open quotes, to make all the necessary arrangements to ensure that a motion of no confidence is decided by secret ballot, including designating a new date for the motion to be debated, close quote. But no legal basis exists for that radical and separation of powers insensitive move. The Speaker has made it abundantly clear that she is not averse to a motion of no confidence in the President being decided upon by a secret ballot. She only lamented the perceived constitutional and regulatory reality that she lacked the power to authorize voting by a secret ballot. Meaning, now that it has been explained that she has the power to do that which she is not averse to, she has the properly guided latitude to prescribe what she considers to be appropriate voting procedure in the circumstances. It may be necessary to add that her counsel reiterated during the hearing that the Speaker is not really opposed to a secret ballot. The President's counsel also said that the Constitution neither requires nor prohibits, but in reality permits a secret ballot. He went on to say a secret ballot does not necessarily hold adverse consequences for the President. It would thus be inappropriate to order the Speaker to have the motion of no confidence in the President conducted by secret ballot, as if she ever said that she would not do so, even if she had the power to do so, and even if circumstances plainly cry out for it. To order a secret ballot would trench separation of powers. The proceedings are to be by secret ballot is a power that rests firmly in the hands of the Speaker, but exercisable subject to crucial factors that are appropriately seasoned with considerations of rationality. This court cannot assume that she will not act in line with the legal position and conditionalities as now clarified by this court. No legal or proper basis exists for that. In the result, we make the following order. 1, the United Democratic Movement is granted direct access. 2, it is declared that the Speaker of the National Assembly has the constitutional power to prescribe that voting in a motion of no confidence in the President of the Republic of South Africa be conducted by secret ballot. 3, the Speaker's decision of 6 April 2017 that she does not have the power to prescribe that voting in a motion of no confidence in the President be conducted by a secret ballot is set aside. 4, the United Democratic Movement's request for a motion of no confidence in the President to be decided by secret ballot is remitted to the Speaker for her to make a fresh decision. 5, the Speaker and the President must pay the costs of the United Democratic Movement, the Economic Freedom Fighters, the Inkatha Freedom Party, and the Congress of the People, including costs of 2 council where applicable. I hand down this judgment.